Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force, and here today we will be checking out Medieval Engineers. This game is currently in very early access, so it's not a complete product, but I thought I'd make a video just sort of showing you what this game is about, the different things that you can do. The last video I put up was just sort of for funsies. It was just kind of like a Bob Ross spin-off of me enjoying my time constructing something with you lovely ladies and gentlemen. But in this video, we're going to be informative, we're going to cut to the chase, and we're going to talk about what this game is all about. So first off, what is this game? Well, Medieval Engineers is, as quoted from the Steam page, a sandbox game about engineering, construction, and the maintenance of architectural works and mechanical equipment used during the medieval times. So you can build castles, you can build medieval style houses, and you can also build things like windmills and catapults. And here in this video, I'm going to show you some examples of those different things that you can do. So first off, we're just laying a brick foundation right now. I'll go to third person view. So you can place them down one by one with the blocks that are currently available, or you can also set reference points and set multiple ones at a time, so I can hold control with a reference point and then just drag stuff across. And then you can also create larger and wider things by doing control and shift, and then we can just click and drag and sort of run our character across here, and then we say this looks good. That's a nice foundation, so we just stop it, and there you go. So there's the foundation, and what we'll do here in this video, we're not going to go too crazy in depth with amazing architectural works of art, but I'll just show you some of the basic stuff that you can do. So I'm going to put down some stairs here, and let's talk about the different options first off. So at the bottom you'll notice my toolbar, and I've got 4 different tabs that I can cycle through, but this isn't even everything that's available. In fact, I had to custom set up my toolbar to have what I wanted to show you guys. If I hit G, you're going to show the different options that we have at the moment. So there's all blocks, there's character tools, and we can take a look at that later on. Eventually there'll be character animations. Voxel hands are for manipulating the environment. In fact, I can show you briefly some of that. So let me put a sphere here, and you can adjust the radius in here if you want it to be larger or smaller. And then with that, you're able to go like this and adjust the terrain. So let's go into first person perspective, and I can go like, just put some terrain up. And there's all sorts of different terrain that you can do. So I can go with the grass, we can go, I'll just show you a few different examples. There's rocky grass, old grass. I should put them side by side, shouldn't I? Let's go rocky grass there. There's old grass right there. Let's put up some soil, stone, right there. Material woods. There is woods grass. There is woods needles. And grass too. And stone too. So as you can see, a whole bunch of different options that you can set for altering the terrain. And again, I can change the radius of this. There are different shapes. I just happen to use the sphere stuff here. And you know, it's got to get dynamic lighting so we can see the shadows that are cast by the terrain altering that we do. And then you can also dig out terrain. So if I wanted to, I could make myself like, let's go in here. I can make myself a huge pit, and we could do something with that. We could construct things inside of this. So it's not as, so if you sort of compare it to other games of this like say Landmark, it doesn't appear to have quite the customization, at least not yet in its current form in early access. That Landmark does in terms of your building options and even just altering the landscape. But it does have, you know, it's using similar technology. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's using the, I actually don't know, I'm not gonna say that. I'm thinking of Crowfall right now that's using Voxel Farm, which is the same as Landmark. So I'm not sure exactly what type of voxel technology that they are using, unfortunately. But yeah, they're using something that's quite similar in terms of function. So yeah, you can alter the environment, but we're not gonna focus too much on that here in this video. I like to talk with and show you more of the building. So let's go ahead and build just a very basic castle here. Let's build a very basic castle. So we're gonna have a little entryway there, and alongside of it we're gonna have those 2 little windows, and then we can build the corners here like this. Let's drop that in place, and then over here we'll go like that, and then we want one right here as well. There we go, wonderful. And let's build a nice little entryway here. So we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go like this. And what I'd actually like to do is build an nice entrance, a nice pretty entrance here. So we can do this. And let me go up right here. There we go. So just like this. So I think this looks really neat. Any of the castles that I've tried building so far, I've had the entrance be like this. You can build gates and bridges and stuff, and you can build functional bridges like a drawbridge. I'm not entirely sure how to do that though at the moment. I haven't spent enough time with it. But I will be showing you some sort of mechanical workings like the catapult and the windmill, as I do know how to construct those two things. So we're just going to go ahead and wall off this side right here. And again, we can do this individually, or we can hold down Control and drag across. And then we can just build the backside to this. And there's different sort of placement options that you have as well. You can rotate blocks and you can fit blocks in that normally wouldn't fit by sort of forcing them into each other like that there. So yeah, there's the little basic. Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't even finish because we got distracted by the terrain altering. So yes, there's a whole bunch of different things. You normally start off when you create a new map, because there's only single player available at the moment. There's supposed to be multiplayer and like survival mode coming in the future. But right now it's basically just single player, build what you want, do what you want. There's even flight mode, so I can sort of like, I can go like this and I can fly around. But in other gameplay modes that will be coming in the future, that will be turned off, and there'll be some survival mechanics and things like that. If we take a look at this, you can see again, there's a ton of different options. I don't have them all applied to my toolbar. I basically have a mix of the stone, the wood, the roofing, and some mechanical stuff. I don't have any of the doodads, which are used for placing stuff like this chair and table and stuff. But you can at any point sort of click and drag stuff onto your bar. So if I wanted to put, well, I'm probably gonna put down some torches. So we'll replace the land altering with a torch stand just like that. And you can customize your bars just like that. You just filter through and decide what you want. In fact, let's go ahead and place those torches right now. We'll just place them outside here like this. Just have them on the corner there. I think that looks nice. Just right in there? Yeah, there we go. So the torch is being lit up. It doesn't look too good right now in the, I think it's because it's daytime, or maybe because it's too close to the edge. Let's move it a little bit further out and see if the lighting looks a little bit better. Yeah, oh well, it is what it is. So that's that. So we got a couple of torches on either side. All right, but let's continue with the construction of our mini little castle here. So what I will do is I will raise the walls up a little bit more. Okay, so we've got that there. So we got ourselves a built-up wall, and we also have some sort of trimming we can put on the wall here. So why don't we put that down? And there we go. And that's a corner piece we can set. We can alter between anything that has a plus sign on it. So if you look at my hotbar, I'm currently selected on option number 9. And the plus sign means you can filter through different sort of variations of the thing. Besides like spinning stuff around, sometimes there are different variations, including a corner piece for this here. And then obviously if we continue this, we don't want another corner piece. So we're gonna go like that. And let's go back into flight mode here. And let me just set a reference point and drag it across. And we'll go until there, until we switch to a corner piece, and then switch back, change the positioning, set a reference point, drag it across, and the same thing for this. So yeah, this is just a very basic introduction of a castle, and I'm gonna show you sort of some multi-level stuff. It's acting up on me. All right, Control, drag it across. And the corner piece, and then we are just about done here. That, and right there, beautiful. All right, let's turn off flight mode now. Let's go outside and take a quick look at our castle, see how it's looking so far. Jump on one of our man-made mounds there. All right, so yeah, just a nice little mini castle. Got some torches out front, and then inside, let's do some wooden construction here. So inside, we could build like, well, let's go ahead and get a second level, which is going to be, well, let's put it up one more. Yeah. So we're gonna put a level right up here. And it's gonna be a wooden level for standing after we build a staircase to get up here. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. It's just sort of gonna be an outer spotting here. There we go. That looks beautiful. All right, let's build it on the other side as well. There we go. Just continue it across. Okay, that's fine. Whoops. Drag it across. Wonderful, wonderful. And let's do the same thing on the other side. because symmetry is good. And then we can build a staircase going up to there. So we've got this option here for this stair. And we could just have this go, could have it go here. And then we want one above it. But we need some sort of support, some sort of side connection. So we're going to put up a wall over here. And that's something that I've realized about this particular game. It seems like they try to go with like actual integrity of things. Like you can't just put things anywhere all willy-nilly. That's usually not an option, in fact. You have to be almost true to form as to how it would, like, how you would have to put things together. So you can't just have stairs floating in you know, in midair for no good reason. There needs to be some sort of connection to the ground, and to have stairs here, we need a wall, you know. So as you can see here, now we're able to build the stairs up this way, and then we can put this some more, and then there we go. So yeah, just sort of like a basic fundamental. In fact, I can show you some more detailed things once you have put a lot of work into it, just to give you a general idea. As right over the hill here, right in this direction, we've got ourselves a already constructed castle with a drawbridge, a bridge, some working stuff in the inside, like a windmill. So let's take a look in there. Go into first person mode here. So yeah, this is a working drawbridge up top. You could pull this thing up. I guess it's supposed to be working. I don't know how good it's working, but yeah, there it is. See, so we got a working drawbridge here. So these are the sort of things you can construct. All the tools are in the game for you to build something exactly like this right now. Exactly like this castle. Right? There's a little box to change our clothes. There's a hut here. Let's take more of a look around the castle now. So the drawbridge is closed, but if you were to come in, you would see this, and there's two little towers right there. It's a little mini hut, maybe a smithy, if you will. That's where the work gets done. And then back over here, we've got an entryway into the castle some more. But you can see it's all very well put together. It's all sort of structurally sound. And that's important because this game has destruction as well. So if you take out something's support, then the structure itself will crumble. This is just one of the various doodads available in the game. You can just place a statue. So that's an option. It's not like the statue is crafted by hand, you know, like block by block. It's not quite like that. It's a lot of like prefabricated things that you're able to place down in the environment. Same with, like, this is just flooring, some walls with some window wall pieces, some plain wall pieces, some roof pieces, and then you just piece them all together and it looks very nice. So something that sort of separates this from what you see in Landmark is that this stuff, when it's put together, it's all very cohesive looking and feeling, as opposed to it looking like a bunch of little squares placed together, which is sort of what that's the look that you get no matter what in Landmark. It looks like a bunch of little blocks put together, but because these are prefabricated walls and floors and ceilings and roofs, it looks, you know, it looks overall visually just a little bit better, a little bit more put together. And then we've got ourselves a working windmill here. And I don't know if this is a rotor powered mill. No, I think it's just a regular old, it's being powered by the wind, quite literally windmill. So yeah, as you can see, sort of rotates around, looks very good. Now let me show you, I did say I was gonna show you how to construct some things, some of the engineering stuff besides the buildings. So we're gonna construct ourselves a catapult. We're gonna put it right outside this castle. So what I'm gonna do first is I'd like to just lay a base foundation for me to put this thing on. You can build moving catapults. I'm not sure how well the moving stuff works. There are wheels that are an option for you to do. So you could put wheels and you'd be able to move the thing around, but I think at the moment the wheels are a little bit broken. That's what I've heard. So we're just gonna have a catapult that's built right in place. And again, there's eventually gonna be multiplayer and a survival mode. And I saw something about it in the trailer for this game, about someone like sieging another castle and taking it over. So that'll be interesting to see how that stuff works in a multiplayer scenario. But let's set up our catapult. Let's put this a little bit more. Again, since my catapult is not going to be a moving one, I want to have it lined up so that I can show you some hilarious destruction. So let's just put our base foundation. Okay. I'm gonna build our catapult right here. All right. So what I'm gonna do first is we are going to put up some. This is the winding mechanism for it. Let's put it all the way over here. Okay, and then we're gonna grab this block, put it right here. And then to it, we will attach, I'm going first person, this will make this a little bit easier, one block, as well as our spin wheel. And it should be able to attach right to that. There we go. And then we're gonna go with another block on this side. And one of these. It's a little finicky, as I mentioned before. It's not letting me do it. Let me put this down first. Is that the right spot? No. That one, put it right here. Okay, then I believe we can now attach this to this. So again, you really got to make sure the stuff is like the proper connections are where they need to be, everything like that. It needs to be legit. It needs to be legit. And then at the end of this, put our little spinner. So this is going to allow us to turn this now. So we could go up to here and we could hit T. This will allow us to spin this thing around. Although at the moment, yeah, there we go. So yeah, we can spin this thing around. Now, what's that used for? Well, now we build ourselves the actual catapult. So we're going to put a tension beam here. Okay. And I actually want to flip that around. So let's go like this. And then attached to it, we will bring this. Let's put another one as well. Make this thing nice and big. And then the catapult head will go right here. And then we put a attachment for rope. Just put that right there. And then what we can do is we can connect these two just by walking up to this, hitting T, and then walking up to this attachment, hitting T. And now the two are connected. So, next thing is for us to pull this back. I'm gonna wind it all the way back. There it goes. So you can mount this on like an actual, you know, I just have it mounted on this foundation here, but you could construct yourself like a moving catapult with wheels and everything like that. That would be an option. Now, it's freaking out on me. Now we're gonna put the ball in it. And we wanna make sure it's just dropped down. So there we go. Whoopsie daisy. Oh no, breaking my foundation. So this is where you can see now, like, you gotta be careful with stuff. You can bust it up. So we gotta make sure this drops in good. Okay, good. Good. All right, so there it is now, ready to rock. And then what we do is we walk right up. Let's extend the foundation so we can stand on this side. Make sure it's snapping in place here. Okay, so then we can walk right up to this and release the catapult. And smash into the side of the building. Oh yeah. Now in this creative mode at the moment, I actually don't need to go through all those steps. I don't need to build that catapult to do that. But the idea is that in the multiplayer mode, people can build mobile catapults and like fight against each other and try to take each other's castles or whatever. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to add as time goes on. Now what I can do instead of doing all that stuff is I can actually take myself a large projectile thrower and I can just launch it just like this at the castle. So this is where you can see now how the structural integrity of things comes into play with the destruction aspect of this title. You can just break things apart. And is this thing gonna collapse once it should collapse once I kill that outer wall. Or maybe because it's connected up there. I don't know. I assumed the whole thing would come down. That was my understanding anyways. I've had things completely collapse on me. But maybe it's just too well connected, not sure. So yeah, this has been a look at Medieval Engineers, currently in very early alpha. Oh man, it's not breaking apart like I expected it to. I mean, things are falling apart and whatnot, but... you know what? I think I turned off structural integrity. Yeah, that would explain it, actually. That makes perfect sense. So I think normally it does, but I turned off structural integrity, so you're just seeing destruction, but without the foundation having too much of an effect on the things above it. But if you have structural integrity on, I do believe it does. Either way, though, this has been a look at Medieval Engineers. Very, very early access, so keep that in mind when you consider judging this title. It's also why, you know, I shy from giving too many opinions on its current state because it's still super early. So it's just more about showing you what's here at the moment, giving you some rough ideas as to what you can do. The one thing I will say again, though, about like how this is designed and how construction works here as opposed to how it works in Landmark, I think is a good title to compare it to, is that since you have all these prefabricated pieces that you put together, it does overall create a much more pleasing look once it's together, but at the same time it cuts back on the different creative options because you can't just do anything. Like, my foundations are going to look like this, at least as of now, until they add more options. This is what my foundations will always look like. It's just how it is. So single player at the moment. They plan on adding multiplayer and survival modes in the future. There's also, let's see what else they're talking about. Yeah, so that's really, those are the big things on the horizon. And then beyond that, they're just going to look to their player base to decide, hey, what do you guys want from us in this game? This is a developer that has done very good with early access in their prior title, which was Space Engineers. You almost hear nothing but positive things about that game. They're constantly updating it. They're constantly communicating with the player base. So that's why I think it's worth showing you guys this, because this is a game that hopefully they do that same level of support with. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video checking out the early access version of Medieval Engineers. Have a fantastic afternoon. I'll see you guys later. Keep watching and keep owning.